With another developing story, 4 men were shot and killed in Riverton City, St. Andrew, during an alleged shootout with the police. The incident happened close to the Sandy Gully Bridge. Police commander for the St. Andrew South Police Division, Kirk Ricketts, gave TVJ News an account of what happened.
The police saw 2 vehicles exiting the community and attempted to intercept these 2 vehicles. The men immediately exited the vehicles and opened fire at the police. The police took evasive actions, returned fire, and as I indicated earlier, at the end of the incident, we had 3 persons. We found 3 persons suffering from gunshot wounds.
Now, the police say they are yet to identify the dead men. The police commander says the gangs have been causing mayhem in the community for some time now.
We are still trying to identify them, so we'll be able to speak on that a bit later. But as we speak, we know that the Riverton space is inundated with gangs and gang members, and as such, we have ensured to have a round-the-clock presence in the space as it relates to police officers. And from time to time, we do come into contact with these criminal suspects, and today is just one of those days. I am really, while it's unfortunate that we had a situation where we had persons losing their lives, I'm really heartened that none of my police officers would have been injured today.
Residents in Scarlett Hall, Trelawney are this evening upset after their houses were demolished. The police say they're now making plans to have a meeting with stakeholders to resolve lingering concerns in the area. What's left of the houses on this property in Scarlett Hall, Trelawney? The rubble seen here helps to tell the story of Friday's demolition exercise. The residents say they got a call that a group of men were demolishing buildings in the area.
I came around here as quickly as possible. I saw them in the process of demolishing a property. I had asked someone, to identify who they were and just to indicate to us if there was any form of documentation stating that this demolition was ordered. The order was coming probably from the court or the parish council or somewhere, just for us to know. However, no one answered our questions.
They didn't bring any tractors.
They didn't bring anything. They didn't bring any tractors. They bring guys with sledge. They use manpower.
Just last month, the Trelawney Municipal Corporation issued a stop order on construction in the area. When we spoke to the mayor of Falmouth last month, he argued that the construction of an entirely new community with over 80 houses took place without permits from the local authority. According to the mayor, the landowner has gone to the courts for a demolition order. Now, it's not clear whether that court process is finished, but the residents say they've been living on the property for years, so they're in shock.
At this point, we are at loss for words because for all these years, we have been around here, or for the many years that we have been here, we have never seen anyone came and said anything to us about the land. We were unbothered for the 12 years that they would have said that we are squatters, or our rights would have chipped in then. So within that period of time that we started our building, it was after the 12 years of us being on the land as squatters. And from what I know from the law, that as a squatter, if you've been on the land for more than 12 years, then you're entitled to start building.
I've been occupying this property from August 2006 and no one has ever come by, not once, to tell me that you're either on my land or the court has given me permission to evict you off my land. So I find it very strange that without warning, someone would come in and demolish my building. At this point, I feel very violated and I really don't know what to do.
We contacted the head of the Area 1 Police Assistant Commissioner Clifford Chambers about the matter. ACP Chambers told us that the police responded to a confrontation in the community. He said residents were throwing stones on a group of people they claimed were there to destroy their property. ACP Chambers said the matter was brought under control and everyone subsequently left the location. According to him, efforts are now being made to have a meeting with the property owner, the municipal corporation, the MP and others.
Now, questions have been raised about seeming attempts by the PNP President Mark Golding to surround himself with loyalists. This despite stressing the need for unity. Javon Keys has more.
The cause of the resignation of 4 senior executives of the People's National Party PNP is an alleged breakdown in an agreement for a balanced slate of candidates for the vice presidency race that closed on Friday, July 16. The candidates were supposed to be split equally down the Rise United and one PNP group in the party. But where the negotiations fell apart is unclear. Of concern is that the party's leader, Mark Golding, is reportedly surrounding himself with PNP members who supported his presidential campaign. This was echoed by Philip Polwell in a recent video.
We have decided to step back and to allow the party leader to have his team. We're not going to fight.
One which General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell denies.
The party has deliberately stayed out of whatever negotiations were taking place for the post of vice presidents. If you can recall, last year, he had endorsed me as General Secretary and Comrade Angela Brown-Burke as chairman. They said that that was inappropriate. So learning from that experience, the leader stayed away from whatever negotiations were taking place in regards to the vice presidents. And so any allegation that is made that the leader is not pushing unity is not true.
But political analyst Dickie Crawford says he's not surprised by the allegations that Mark Golding is surrounding himself with loyalists. However, he says it can be dangerous.
Who don't probably get picked on that side become angry or realize that they are not in his favor. And therefore, they're striking out and saying, well, you know what? I'm not running in this situation.
All 4 vice presidential candidates are seemingly allies of Golding, from former Member of Parliament of Western Hanover Ian Hales, who was a supporter of Peter Bunting during the 2019 presidential contest, to Richard Azan. During his nomination last week, Norman Scott sported a Go With Golding campaign hat. We pressed him about it.
I didn't even realize that I was wearing a Golding hat. That's a fact. I have about 4 hats in the vehicle, and I just took up one. No.
And Councillor Eugene Kelly from Southwest St. Andrew.
I don't take offense to the question being asked, because Portia gave her life for the PNP, struggled, was maligned, hurt for the PNP, and they dared to ask who tell her how she thinks she can lead PNP. So if they ask that of her, who am I? Who am I for them to question?
General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell says there is a political emergency in the People's National Party, but he says it's fixable. In the meantime, the country looks on at the turmoil in the 83-year-old PNP party. Javon Keys, TVJ.
Welcome back to Primetime News, and a special welcome once again to our viewers on onespotmedia.com. We begin this evening with breaking news from Western Kingston. Just minutes ago, there was a daring gun battle between gangs from Tivoli Gardens and neighboring Denham Town. Now, it's understood that the security forces intervened to quell tempers. The police say gunmen fired at them from the Maypen Cemetery. The police recovered a firearm from the burial ground a short while ago. Now, the area remains tense at this time, but as you can see, the security forces are maintaining a strong presence on Spanish Town Road in the vicinity of the Denham Town Police Station. And if you're just joining us, we have an item of breaking news just coming in. There was a daring gun battle between gangs from Tivoli Gardens and a neighboring Denham Town. The security forces, they are now in the area, and here you are seeing footage of the security forces trying to take control of the situation there on Spanish Town Road and other areas in Western Kingston.